All right, so I think we're live.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year. It's a whole new year. It
Happy
is
New Year. It's 2024. We made it.
2024.
2024.
Yes, a
Yeah.
new year. Super excited about it. I hope everybody's excited about 2024 and what is about to happen. So I have with me Sakeena of Ms. B's Creations.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to the live.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, I'm glad you could join. So today we're going to look back over our 2023 goals, see how we did, talk about those, and then set some new ones for 2024 since this is day one. Hey, making it with Marilyn, Happy New Year. If you joined us last year when we did this is my vision board book. And so I made this because I traveled a lot and I've always had a what people would call a goals list. And so we call them now vision boards and all that kind of stuff. So I've always had one, even in high school. Like I'm old, so I've had one for years. So like when I decided to do this book, it was so I could take it with me. Like literally, I take it with me. Hey, Miss Marla, Happy New Year. So, this book, you can find it on Amazon. There should also be a link in the description for the book. And I actually have several books. So, this one here, let me tell you, this is my companion book. Like, you know how we keep stuff next to us all the time, like a little notebook? This is my little black book of projects. And so, I keep everything in here. This book has all of my project information. It has any content, like I write down like whatever I'm planning to do for my content. It has sections for any nuances or like your machine stuff, any instructions or special notes you need to put. So all this is like my between these two books. If you look at me when I'm traveling or you see some of my posts when I'm traveling, most of the time you'll see me with these two books. These are the two things that are always in my bag. And it's just like what I call having a well dressed bag. And so when I travel, I have these two things, and it's in my little black book of projects. Because, when we creative people, I tell you, we are always thinking of something, and this is the right place to jot it down. So that way you can have that. But this is my fave because I'm always coming up with something new. And the reason why I said to have it progressive is because a lot of times we complete our goals, mark them off, and add another one. Just keep going. So, Mr. Keena, what did you have on your 2023 list for last year? I can't hear you. What happened?
I had one on mute. Sorry.
Okay.
So my 2023 list that I had last year, I had a few things. Of course, I had double my earnings from the year before. We always want to make sure that we set ourselves out to make more than we made the year before. I was
Mm-hmm.
successful with that. I also had to purchase a large piece of equipment before the end of 2023, and I actually purchased that large piece of equipment probably 2 or 3 months into 2023. So I upgraded my laser. I went with a dual head laser, and I had pretty much like the other thing was like little things like get contracts. I wasn't successful with the contracts, and that was because of me because I kind of got a little lazy with doing the research and getting out there. Um, but I had just small stuff. The biggest thing was increasing that revenue and getting that piece of equipment, and those were the main things that I really wanted to do, and I did accomplish those. Um,
Okay.
so
Congratulations.
yeah,
Yay. I remember when you
so
got your big laser. That dual laser be working.
I'm standing in front of her right now. We about to get to work. We got like right now my TikTok shop is dinging off the thing. So I had 25 orders. I think I'm probably at maybe 30 now.
Oh,
So
wow.
so we about to put her to work right now.
Okay, okay. So
So
now from your TikTok shop, because increasing your revenue means you went to TikTok, you set up a TikTok shop, you have all that, and it's become a viable thing for your business, right?
yeah.
So
Big
It
value.
sounds like you really like the TikTok shop. It's been working and you've been doing all things. So like, hey, it's supporting the business model that you wanted, right?
It did.
So
It did.
based on that,
It really
based
did.
on that, what do you think? Like, are you thinking, okay, you got your dual head laser, you like the products that you're selling? Are you thinking maybe you may reevaluate some of your products? Are you gonna keep some of your products? What are you thinking about that kind of stuff?
I'm actually definitely reevaluating products. Actually, all of my products that I actually have listed on my TikTok shop are really, really big sellers. Um, so I'm just thinking about when I say reevaluate, it's not to remove them. It's
Mhm.
probably not probably. It's going to be doing it in a different way.
Okay.
So they have another option.
Okay. So
So,
maybe it's like colors or
right,
something to
right.
vary it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like right now I have some that is only these colors. I may remove those colors and swap them out with some other colors so they can be like, okay, yeah, we got different color options. I do some engraving on there. It might be some engraving with paint fill. So I'm getting those type of things together because it's definitely um something that's bringing you money in your sleep.
Right.
Literally,
Right.
because
Yes.
I don't go live really on there, and it's just posting a content video with a link attached or having an affiliate for your shop. So
Yes.
it definitely did its thing, and I've only been on there since like the middle of July.
Okay. Well,
So
that's good. That is so good. So I think, you know, like you said earlier, you that was part of your goal was to increase your revenue. And so you found another avenue for increasing your revenue by the use of your TikTok shop. So that's pretty awesome.
yes, so
So I had a couple of goals. Actually, let me tell you. So when we did this last year, and by the way, guys, the back of my book says write it down and make it plain. Like that is like one of my mottos. Like, just write stuff down. When you write stuff down, you're putting it out there, and you never know what's gonna happen. So I had a full page of items last year, and so I'm gonna run through them really quickly, the highlights. And so, of everything that's on the page, I think there are two that I did not complete. So I wanted to get some contracts with some of the school districts in Dallas, and I did that. I wanted to become a state of Texas licensed vendor. I did that. I also wanted to attend a couple different conferences and expos and do a little bit more traveling. I definitely did that. Um, and then I also had more quilty things, which means I wanted to join a guild and all of that, and I did those as well. I wanted to become more efficient in my long arming skills. That's done. I wanted to release another coloring book. I did do that. It's on Amazon. It's called Fun with Cats and Dogs, and the links below. I wanted to have more engagement with Amazon. I did that. I also want to do 100 YouTube subscribers for this year, which is funny because like it's down here at the bottom, my 100 YouTube subscribers. And so thanks to Making It with Marilyn and uh, Craftable Things, they actually promoted me in one of their lives, and Craftable Things shared me on her YouTube channel, and so I do have 100 subscribers. So yay, I did that. So I'm gonna go and add a zero. We're gonna say by the end of 2024, we want 1,000 subscribers. So like literally 1,000, and I think I can do that. So I have some thoughts in my head of how I want to do that. And then one of the other things I wanted to do was to teach more. Now I did not do that exactly. I did, however, have a contract. I have a contract with Pinterest TV, and I was the first machine embroiderer on Pinterest TV. So that I can count. I'm gonna count that as okay. I did it. I did it. I teach a little bit more. So I'm doing. I'm gonna do more on the embroidery teaching as well as sewing because with quilting you sew a lot, and then get consistent with my content. Now, one of the things, and Miss B, you helped me with this, it was using Canva to schedule my stuff. So, like, I schedule all my posts now. So, a lot of things are scheduled and they just automatically post. So, I picked a random day that I know I'm not so busy so that I could actually plan my posts. So, and I appreciate you for helping me with that. Now, one of the things that I didn't do so well was my 3D stuff. So, like, I have 3D printers, and those 3D printers are amazing. Actually, I think my up until this last week, my 3D printer post on YouTube was like the highest post that I'd ever gotten. Like, so that
Yeah.
me building my stuff on 3D machines was really good because I do love that part. And by trade, I'm a technologist. So anything technology, I'm always pretty savvy with. So, and then the thing that I failed at doing, spaces for specific things. Now, I have allocated spaces within my house that are for different things. So like where I'm sitting right now is in my what I call my quilting space. So I have a quilting space, I have a 3D space, I have a embroidery space, and I also have a space for my huge laser. So basically I've taken over this house, like literally. I mean, okay. So I ain't worried about it. But so I did everything. I think I'm gonna work on this space. So that's gonna move over to 2024. And then my 3D things, doing more with that. So yes, I mean, I had a whole lot, and I'm gonna tell you what, contracting, getting contracts with schools, and then becoming a license for the state of Texas is two big things. So one of the things I still have to do in 2024 with that, and I'm going to add it here, is with the state of Texas, while when you become licensed, a couple of things. So you also get into the university systems, you get into the hospital systems, all of that with the state of Texas. So it is really good opportunities to have biddings on all these new things. So, and I think Miss B, when you were doing your contracting, I think because you had one good opportunity, but I think you got a little scared.
Yes. And I don't know if it was getting scared. It was more so, was that the direction I really wanted? Because I was kind of, it was more so, it was the socks, right?
Yes, the
Like,
socks. Yeah,
was I gonna be really committed to doing apparel still with
yeah.
sublimation? And I realized that I don't think that that was gonna be my avenue. So I think that's
Okay.
kind of why I didn't really keep going into pursuing it. Like, I would love
Mm-hmm.
to find something that I can use my laser, and by it being a dual head, we know that it's able to do cut, twice at one time.
Right.
So I was like, I think that was more so it, because I'm like, I don't know if I really want to stay on that side. I think I want to shift to another side, and I think that's what kind of pushed me away from really going into it, because I no doubt I couldn't have done it. I just was like,
Right.
is this gonna be
Yeah.
where I'm gonna want them to continue to come back to me if I know I really don't want to do this? So I'm
Yeah.
like,
Well, and you know what? That's you make a good point because as business owners, we should always be reevaluating, is what I'm doing now what I really want to do for later, right? So that's a good point. You got to look at it, see if that's what you want to do. And that if I like to say, you can fail fast to fail fast, fix it often. So that way, if you see this, you working on this, you don't like it. If it's something you don't like, move it out the way.
right. And that was a huge thing, and it was like I didn't want to have to drag it. Was I gonna get aggravated because it was so much, and I knew it was something that I didn't want to do? I'm a person that I don't like to take on things that I know I really don't want to do, because I feel like I won't put my all into it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, I feel like I won't really go hard and just really, it was just like, eh. So,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
there's gonna be plenty of opportunities.
There are.
So it's
There
just,
are.
I,
Yeah, I really think we have a really good opportunity for that, to make sure that, we take a look back at what worked in 2023 to say, okay, do I really want to go forward in 2024 with that type of thing? So, yeah, that's a great point because, while one of the things that I found was just looking at, I love doing all the things. Like I'm a all the things kind of girl, but I probably don't want to sell it. I like making stuff for people. The things that I really want to sell um are more things that are on the technical or gadget side. Like I remember one time doing a video about all my scissors. Like I got a zillion pairs of scissors, like literally, but they're for different things. And so when I'm upstairs here in the quilting area, I got all these scissors for quilting. When I'm downstairs in the embroidery area, I got all these embroidery scissors. So I think for me, teaching is probably where I'm going to focus a lot on, and notions. Like I am gadget girl 1000. Like I'm on all gadgets, like literally on all gadgets. So I just want to make sure that for all the gadgets that I have, I actually can teach about them and
And the
say
thing,
why I have them.
teaching is starting to become one of those things that literally, if you have the ability to do it, do it,
Hmm.
because it's becoming more popular now. You know,
Right,
with teaching the things that you're good at doing, or if, whether it's knowing how to choose the good scissors, the perfect pair of scissors, the perfect pair of thread. Why not teach it? Because people need that information. So it's like,
right.
that's one of my goals for 2024, is to teach something, because I don't say nothing, because I know I have the abilities to do a lot of different things. So it's like, hey, I think this is going to be the year that I really like leap out to
Okay. Well, and
expand.
it's okay. We can lean in to doing certain things. You find the thing that you really want to train. So, like for me, I think one of my big teachers, and it'll probably be you and I, because I need to schedule some time with you. So, you know, again, I'm a technologist. That's been my life for trade. So I know all about all this AI stuff. I just haven't really been talking about it. Like I know everything. Like I could even make my own AI stuff. Like I literally could generate my own stuff. And
I'm ready.
yes,
I'll be
so it's
the first
like
student that you teach.
yes. So literally, doing the generative AI stuff, and I have a really good sense of which ones we actually can use as a small business owner, that you would own at least part of the content. Now, granted, there are some stipulations where you actually have to just say this was generated by AI, but there are a lot of things that I've seen people using that are not necessarily for commercial use. So you have to be careful of the AI generator that you're using. So like those type things, I already know that stuff, and so I'm like, I really could do a really good class on that, and then have everyone set up. So I'm thinking of doing something really soon, because I know you want to get into it. So like we can definitely schedule some time so we can do that. But I'm gonna put that on my 2024 list. Actually, I'm gonna write it down right now.
And you already
To do a class on AI generation.
know that once you do that class, I have followers that probably is interested in taking that class as well, because
Yeah.
that AI content is really popular. It's really trending in the crafting community.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I think what I'm probably gonna do, because I could do the class how to set up yourself, because there are so many things, so many steps. I think that part, and then I think the thing that most people get hung up on is which ones can I use that I can actually resell and not get into trouble, because you have all of the different types of legal perspectives, where some people, they may not be able, it's more of kind of like infringing on rights or whatever. So making sure that people are doing it the right way and not having any issues with, oh, can my content be shared, or can I sell this on Etsy, those type things. And just understanding the rules around it. And so maybe I do something called rules of the road for AI and crafting. I'm gonna
yes,
put that down too. So I just wrote both of those down as
that,
two potential classes I could do.
right, because that's you think about it, you give them the first piece. That's the first class, and then okay, now we got to go to the next class, and it's
Yeah. Yeah, it just adds up. It adds on because there's other things too, right? So like I don't think we take the time for just checking. Like there are free stuff there that we could actually go check and make sure something isn't doesn't have a copyright, doesn't have a trademark, isn't patented, those type things. And it's very important to understand what those things are and how they're actually you can use it. So yeah. So what do you have? Those are my first two. What do you have for the first two for yours?
um. So my first two on my thing is I want to invest in a UV printer.
Mhm.
Right now, if those of you who know me, I do a lot of products that requires images. So I use the sublimation method.
Mhm.
But I would love to invest in a UV printer. So my goal is to really see if I can have it by my birthday, um,
Okay.
which is in July.
Okay.
Um, so I gotta I gotta go strong. Um, and of course, my next one that was on the list was to launch more digital products on the laser
Mhm.
side.
Okay.
Um, I have launched two of them. I did put
Mhm.
on my digital download side. They're simple, which is like a cake topper and a drink stir. But I do want to launch more laser files for
Okay.
2024. That's just the first two on my list. I got a long list,
Right. Okay. All right.
but so I have the first two is a big item, a big
Mhm.
goal, and then the other one is small because I can literally go and design something right now and launch it for the laser
Yes.
digital file. But yes,
Okay. That's pretty awesome. Now, I do have my sights on a UV printer as well. I know. Another machine.
but I think that I really think that the UV printer is a really good tool.
Well, it's a companion to our
To
laser is
the
what it
right,
is.
right. So
So, and then in the industry that we're doing, so like for me, for example, I have a couple of the cities because here. So let me just tell y'all the state of Texas thing. Texas is big, it's huge. And so that part gives me all these cities. They have all these awards that they like to give to people. And each city has colors, all this type of thing. So a UV printer on clear acrylic only makes sense for me when I'm doing things for these different cities.
right.
Or once I get my CLC licenses for the universities, I have the same thing. So, I think, yeah, that's one of mine. Like, I do have the UV printer as one of, like, my big machine purchase for this year would be a UV printer because in a minute I'm gonna have to go get me another house and like live outside or something because like these machines are taking over my
Well,
house.
luckily it's just you and your
I
house.
know.
You only sharing your house with equipment.
I know, I know. I'm like, well, when the kid comes home for college, you're looking like,
Well,
what is
yeah.
going on in here? Like the house is like a
It's like,
factory.
where am I? Like, where's my space at now? I like.
I know, well, she still has her room. Still
Oh,
got
okay.
her
Well,
space. Yeah, she still got her room. Her room ain't going
and
nowhere. And then I
until
still have a guest room too. So like, okay,
yeah,
yeah,
until she gets to the point where she realizes I ain't coming home as often.
uh huh,
I'm like, hey, at this point, hey, he coming home as often, so I take
right,
a little piece of equipment right there, just something small, a little.
exactly. Exactly. So yeah, and I think my other thing that I really have on is I'm thinking about, and this is a thought, I'm thinking about hiring um a person that just handles like the contracts and the like financial stuff. So I need somebody to just do all that. Like right now, I have to get all of this stuff ready for the CPA and all that stuff. Granted, it's all in QuickBooks, but I need somebody to make sure QuickBooks is updated. The stuff that couldn't be consolidated is consolidated. All those things. So just I think I'm gonna hire somebody. Yep, that's where it's leaning. for a kind of like a back end person to handle that stuff.
Yeah.
So, because at this point, it's like I don't have time. I really don't. It's like the housekeeper. Thank you. I love it. Somebody else's job, not mine.
Right.
Um,
I'm gonna get there. Or I'm just gonna hire these kids. Gonna really get to work.
oh, there you go. There you go.
I really get to work. You know.
Yes, yes. Because I mean, it's a learning it's a learning opportunity for them as well. So yes. Now, do you have any conferences on your list of things to do, or expos, or any of that stuff?
I do. I do have attend some expos.
Okay.
Um, between expos and local vendor events.
Okay.
And what I say is, when I say vendor events, a lot of people are like, oh, well, sell, sell, sell. No, I want to attend vendor events for informational purposes, where I can
Mhm.
have make like a catalog of my products and stuff, and then just be there as a vendor, so people can see and stuff. So it don't necessarily have to mean I'm selling the product, but I do
Right.
get out and network with more in the community versus every,
Okay.
because right now I'm strictly online. Everything
Yeah.
that I get is online. So I'm
Mhm.
just more so shipping instead of anything that's really local.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. And see, a lot of my big acrylic stuff is all local here. And so I have this idea with some, so like, your HOA communities, all this stuff, like a lot of people have events. And so a lot of the things that they need is the stuff that we can provide from our laser. And, now in the quilting world, there's a whole nother set of laser stuff that people use. Like people cut their fabrics on the laser. It's similar to, like with the Cricut, you could cut fabric and stuff on your Cricut or on your scan and cut, but I could cut more materials on my laser, like for applique and all of that. Those things can be cut on laser, and people actually sell them. Like, and I think, one of the other things I want to do is kind of like I did the first, maybe what, 5 years ago. I actually used to have this thing of my calendar and when I would start planning for what seasons. Like right now, I should be done with all my Mardi Gras stuff. I should not be about to ship people nothing. It should be ready in the box, about to go to them for Mardi Gras, because Mardi Gras is earlier this year. It's in February. So everything going to New Orleans need down there. So this week I'm gonna be plowing out crap just to get it to New Orleans. So that way it's all down there for Mardi Gras and everybody has what they need. Uh oh. Can you still hear me? Okay.
yeah.
Something happened. Something happened with my earbud. But yes, and so I think, so what is your, you think your biggest challenge item that's on your list for next year, for this year?
Um, I don't know if anything is really a challenge. It's really going to be about me applying myself to accomplish the goal.
Okay.
Um, so I do have, if we think about challenges, we may think about the money that I may have to spend out
Mhm.
on, getting, because, of course, I want a UV printer.
Mhm.
And I do want to get a license for somebody. I don't care,
Yeah.
sorority or fraternity or somebody. I need a license this year.
Yeah.
I would really, really, really like to get like a FAMU or a Bethune license.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because they hold the Florida Classic here.
Yes.
So ideally, I think that will be a good license to probably start off with. So I have to research
Mhm.
really what the cost is.
Yep.
Um, Try to get it locked in time enough before the Florida Classic in November, so I can produce some products.
Yep.
But I
And
mean,
we can talk about that because I'm in that process right now with some other schools, right?
mhm.
So that's really, it's pretty simple. The waiting period and the fact that you need to make some generic products just to send off to them for they have to proof the products.
Oh,
So, but yes, but it's really easy. I can help you with that. So we can talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, I can definitely
yeah.
help you with that.
And so that's pretty much probably it.
Okay.
Because I think everything is pretty much is everything is doable. It's just
Yeah.
about me doing it.
Apply. I Hey,
So that's
that's gonna be my number one thing as well because look, I have to do it. It's like, okay, we want to do all these things, and we literally have to make time for it. And because I still work a full time job, I also need to plan. So I'm pretty big on planning. I plan out my day. I make sure I got all this stuff. But just looking at how I need to put it all out there is going to be the best way for me to kind of like get it all situated in my mind because I know I have a whole lot of travel to do this year. And with that travel, how is that going to affect the business? Which is why I want someone to start working on the financial side of things so that way we're still, if things are still going along, and I don't there's nothing that people are waiting for. So I have lots of I think I'm in the same boat where I'm going to have to make sure that I'm focusing on getting it all scheduled out there, and I'm not the bottleneck. I don't want to be a bottleneck
now you know what
to
my
myself.
challenge might be is when it's coming to redesigning this office and this.
Oh.
Cause we know that's everybody's struggle because we just can't get it right.
Yes.
Like when we try to do it, we get slammed with orders and stuff. So that might be my challenge because I need
Yeah.
to reorganize my office. I gotta redo my side of the garage with a laser at to kind of make it
Hmm.
with this acrylic. Because I'm like everyone, my husband, like every time he come home, I got more stuff anyway. So
Yeah.
I gotta get it right before I get put out.
I understand. Like right now in my car, I have what about 90 sheets of acrylic in my car. Like, and these aren't little sheets. These are not glow forward size sheets of acrylic. These are massive sheets of acrylic. Like literally, my trunk is full. Like,
Mm.
look, I went to E Plastics and yeah, my trunk is full because I got to get all this stuff up out of here. And I'm also going to put me a huge smile now, cry later mask in my front yard for Mardi Gras. So I can't wait. Like I'm gonna design that, cut it out. It's gonna be
Oh, I can't wait
cute.
to see that.
Now, the cute thing is I really wished I had the if I had the UV printer. Now that would be something. But it's okay. I'm just gonna use
It'll be
paint
there
and
for next.
color.
It'll be there for
Yes. Next year. But I got some ideas of how I want it to look this year. So I think it'd be pretty cool. I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm not even worried about it. I'm just gonna cut them out and let it do what it do. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited. Well, anything else that stands out, Miss B, you want to add about 2024 and getting started off on the right foot?
No, it just pretty much is don't give up, keep going.
Okay.
You know,
Absolutely.
don't give up,
Absolutely.
keep going. Remember, you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Right. Now, let me do something because what is I know you have IG, you have TikTok. Do you want to post like your TikTok shop or any of that stuff? We can add that
Ev-
into the live.
Everything will be Miss B's creations. You can't help but to miss me. I have a gold logo. You know I got like 100,000 TikTok pages.
Okay, look, you have to. It's like you got to have the backup to the backup.
So the thing is I have so many TikTok pages because they all serve a different purpose. They
Mm-hmm.
all serve a different purpose. And when we talk about being niched, I have an audience for this that want to see this, and I have an audience for that want to see that, and that's pretty much while I have some, and I'm active on all of them.
Yeah.
Literally
Well, and
active on all.
that's funny you say that because I do too. And I have my personal one for just my motorcycle riding. So, like, like we ride a lot, and so um and that's my getaway. Like I even have that on my list, right? So I want to do some more long distance riding because I love to do long distance riding. So like when we rode to Milwaukee last year, just being out on the open road, it's a thing. I love it. It helps, all of that. So it's just having a creative outlet to my outlet. Like, okay, I'm doing all this now. While we feel like you're being creative, you're enjoying it, it's still work. Like, and when you work a full-time job, plus you come home and you continue to work more, it's like, okay, when did I take a break? Probably really didn't. So that's when I get on my motorcycle and I don't have to worry about anything. I'm just out there riding and gone. So,
And we just
but
think
yeah,
content is content. Nowadays, all content is getting monetized.
yeah, that's
So
true.
when people talk about I want to make money in my sleep, there's your
Mm-hmm.
content. Because once you get monetized on these platforms, you're posting a day of a life of a motorcycle rider, lady motorcycle
Mm-hmm.
rider, riding long distance, and content is going crazy, and you're generating revenue from it. So,
Right.
like if you like to do it, why not?
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And
So
then we're a whole bunch of females on Harley, so that's a whole different thing.
that is
Uh,
like who not getting a kick out of that? Look at these lady riders.
right.
Because they
Yep.
already ain't only in to do everything. No, we can do it too. I'm gonna get me a Harley. My
Yeah.
husband told me no motorcycle.
Oh.
He told me I get a sling, maybe a slingshot.
Oh,
I
okay.
ride on that. She like,
Okay.
no, we doing motorcycles over here. He said nothing with the two wheels. I'm like, but I rode a bicycle.
Okay.
Like, nah, no motorcycle. So okay, that's fine. I wanted the motorcycle, but I'm out of that phase now. So,
Okay. I am not. That's my thing. I love it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, so all right. Well, I think we're good. We've given our audience a whole lot to think about, as they're planning for 2024, reevaluate your products. That's always a good thing. Reevaluate what you're doing. Do you like it? If you don't start, I mean, it's okay to stop. Just make sure you let those people know why you're stopping. Like you can even, especially if you have like a consistent customer base and they're always ordering the same thing. Now,
mm.
if it's your top seller, I wouldn't advise you stopping that, but making sure that you understand.
And and that is so true. And I'm gonna tell you why that is so true. Because being that yes, I am on
Hmm.
TikTok shop, it has its disadvantages, but not in a way that you may think. In a way that when consumers don't read and pay attention, they leave out the details that's needed for you to successfully fulfill their orders. So it kind of
Hmm.
leave you like, I have literally considered pulling products from TikTok shop. But it's
Oh.
like when I put them on a little break and I put like, no products on hand, you can tell because they want these products. And TikTok Shop is a platform that's providing so many incentives for consumers to
Hmm.
shop that they want it there. So it's like, you can't remove that. You can't take that. You're going to have to figure out a way to make it work because you
Hmm.
can't remove it because it's going to hurt the consumers because that's what they want. It's a hot
Right.
seller. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, bring it back. And the day that I bring it back with products, I get slammed for over 20 some orders. I'm just like, you know what? They were like literally must be refreshing the button
Waiting.
to see
Yeah.
when it was going to be back available.
Yep.
So, and affiliates. But y'all get affiliates for 2024. Affiliates is the way now. Get you
Yes.
one or two affiliate to affiliate your product and you will see a difference. It's like having an employee that's doing all the work and all you got to do is fulfill it. They're doing
Hmm.
the marketing for you. That's the word. They're doing the marketing for you. So
Okay.
that's what works on TikTok Shop for me. I have two major affiliates that does all of the orders. I don't have to do any. I mean the marketing. I don't have to do anything really. Just do the
That's pretty
fill the
cool.
order. So yep. But look
Okay. I know that's pretty cool. Now, if you guys didn't know it, Miss B does branding, business branding. She does a lot of the QR code type things with her laser, and so she is all out there on social media under Miss B's Creations. You can find her on any of the social media platforms and look up her TikTok shop. I also have a TikTok shop. It's not much out there. I did this year, I didn't even have that as a goal this year, but this year I actually worked with the company that make the Stanley tumblers. Like I literally, when I traveled to Asia, went and talked with some of the same vendor that makes the Stanley tumbler. And we talked about getting my own brand of tumbler. So I have those sample tumblers. They're on my TikTok shop. So but yes, so if you know Stanley's been around for hundreds of years, like since the 19 something, they've been around. But the vendor that makes them is in Asia. So I went and had a sit down conversation. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you know me, to know me is to know that I am a source related person. So I like going to the source. I am not a third party person for the most part. Like all of my things when I became a business, like I had an event management business at the age of 19, and I just literally 25 years later retired that business, and I still get people asking me if I would come do their events. So, and I would always say I don't get off my couch unless your budget is 500K plus. I don't leave. Like it's not worth my time, because let me tell you something. People will try to nickel and dime you out of things, and I don't have time for that. Like it's not worth my time. So from an event management perspective, I have always went to the source, and I do that to this day, even in this business. Like everything I get, I'm gonna buy it wholesale, because unless it's something last minute or I thought I had it and I didn't have it, I need to run out to the store. But for the most part, my fabrics, all of that stuff, I go do fabric hauls. But guys, I actually have contracts with all the fabric vendors, like literally. Um, yeah. So, nope. So if you can, if you have your businesses set up appropriately, then you too can go straight to the stores and just set up a wholesale account with all of these companies. So that way you're not having to pay all these additional fees, and then that way you can see more of the profit and um not have to worry about a lot of those things. So, well, guys, Miss B, any last words before we let the people go?
Nope. Go out there and be great. Go be
I
great.
know.
That's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us. If you're watching this on the replay, we hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you comment, subscribe. We're on all social media platforms. I'm on all social media platforms at Go Savvy Designs, and Miss B is on all social media platforms as Miss B's Creations. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget, make sure that you write it down, make it plain. And just so, in case you know, like all the links to the books are in the comment section below, the Little Black Book of Projects, as well as the vision board book that you can take with you anywhere. So, have a great 2024 and check us out later. Bye.
Bye.